Hi dear friends, in this short video I'm going to share with you some new speaking topics, and of course I'm going to share with you some ideas and vocabulary that you can use in your speaking. But before you start watching this video, make sure that you have subscribed to this channel and shared it in social media. Okay, let's start from the first one. It's about jokes. Let's read its questions. The first one, are you good at telling jokes? Remember that it's telling jokes, it's not making jokes, telling some funny stories. You can say that you either good at this or bad at this. Like you can say that I'm good at telling jokes, or I'm bad at telling jokes, or I'm somewhere in the middle, or I'm somewhere between good and bad. So here you can use some expressions, some words like I can easily convey emotions, so I can easily make people laugh. Instead of just saying I like telling jokes, you can say I'm fond of, or you can say I fancy telling jokes, or I'm actually with telling jokes. I'm actually with something means that you actually love it. Or you can say, I find it amusing, I find it interesting to tell jokes to someone. Or you can also say, I enjoy telling jokes. If you are bad, you can say that, no, I'm not good, I'm better at listening, and so on. Here you can also use the phrase like can't help laughing. It means that you can't stop yourself from laughing. So you can't stop laughing, like I can't help laughing. Or I can't help crying, vice versa means that you can't stop crying. Okay, let's look at the second question. It's about, do your friends like to tell jokes? Here you answer on behalf of your friends. You can say yes, they like, no, they don't like. And of course, you can again use these expressions regarding your friends. The next one is, do you like to watch comedies? You can say, actually, yes, if you like, you can say I like. If you don't like, you can say no, because nowadays it's very hard to make people laugh, and there are some mean jokes, some dirty jokes. So I don't like watching these comedies because these jokes are not for me. For example, you can answer like this. Or vice versa, if you like telling jokes, you can say, of course, I adore. When I want to rest, when I feel like tired of my job, I go home, I lie on my sofa, or just sit on my sofa and watch comedy. Let's look at the next question. It's about have you ever watched a live show? So here you can say that yes, definitely, or you can say I find it funny. Because when you are watching a live show, you find it interesting. There are many people laughing at this show, and you just go into this atmosphere and start laughing with other people. So live shows are much better, are way better than watching some recorded shows. Let's go to the next one. The next questions are about newspapers and magazines, and the first one is, do you prefer to read newspaper or magazine? So here the question is yes, no, and if you answer no, I don't like to read newspapers or magazines, you should give kind of alternative to your answer. What do you do instead? For example, instead of reading newspapers or magazines, I get the information from the internet. But you can add here that there are some topical issues, topical articles that is difficult to find on the internet because too much information, and it's difficult to filter this information. That's why I prefer to buy some topical newspapers. For example, it can be newspapers about or magazines about fashion, or some educational topics, or some, I don't know, health topics, and so on. So you can say that there are a lot of stuff on the internet and it's difficult to find what you really need. So let's continue with the next questions. The questions are about insects, and the first one is, do you like insects? For example, here of course you can say yes or no. Most people, when they say yes, they say that I find them disgusting and I don't like them, that's why I don't like insects. But you can also say that I find them disgusting, but they are also living creatures, so we shouldn't touch them, we shouldn't kill them. We just should let them live their lives, and we shouldn't like show any attitude towards them. They are just creatures. Are there many different insects where you live? If you have many different insects, you can say, for example, in the place where I live, there are a lot of ants, spiders, there are also some bugs, some mosquitoes. You can count them, you can say their names, but if you don't have any insects around you, you can say, no, I don't see many insects in the area where I live. And do you think insects are useful? Of course, they are like kind of in our food chain, so they play an important role in natural processes. So we can't we don't pay attention to those insects, but the life cannot exist without some of them. So you can mention this. Let's go to the next questions. They are about fish. Why do people go fishing? That's an interesting question, because here you should say the emotions, the feelings that people experience while they are on fishing. As I know, fishing is kind of hunting, and when people hunt, they get a sense of true satisfaction, they get a sense of gratifying, or this provides them a sense of the sense of purpose. So fishing is like getting or reaching or aiming something, like getting what they want. That's why some people like go fishing. Do you like eating fish? Of course, here you can answer yes or no. If you say yes, you always need to explain it, like fish is very healthy food, it has a great nutritional value, it's full of vitamins, and that's why I love seafood in general. But if you don't like fish, you can answer why you don't like fish. For example, maybe you like meat, or maybe you like chicken, and you should answer in this way. You should give some alternative to your answer. If you don't like fish, you can say no, I don't like fish. You should give some alternatives. I don't like fish, instead I eat meat, or I'm a vegetarian, I don't eat meat at all. The next question is about where can you see fish, and this question is interesting. You can say that if I want to buy fish, I go to grocery, or I go to fish stores, I can find their fish in order to buy to eat some fish. But if I just want to see some interesting species of fish, I go to aquariums. Let's go to the next topic. It's about public transportation, and public transportation topic is quite frequent in IELTS speaking test, so you should be very careful, you should be ready, because you should answer the questions of public transportation. So the question is, where is the question? Do people usually use public transportation in your country? Of course, it's quite prevalent means of transportation, because many people use it. You can say that it's quite frequent, widespread, and people use it, of course, because it's cheap. Not everyone can afford to buy a car. That's why many people use public transportation. What kind of public transportation do people use in your country, and why? You can answer directly, like they use buses, tram, underground, or metro, you can also say. If they ask you what type of transportation they use most of all, you can answer like, while the routes of buses can reach even remote areas where there is no tram network or underground network. Let's go to the next question. What do you want to change about the public transportation? So it's totally up to your area. Maybe you don't like the quality, maybe you don't like the price, the fee of public transportation, or maybe you don't like the way bus drivers drive buses, or maybe they are not frequent enough, so people spend a lot of time waiting for trains, for underground. So it's totally up to your situation where you live. You can use these ideas, but it doesn't mean that you should repeat this verse, you should repeat these ideas. You can take some some of these words that some of these ideas or vocabulary, some of these words that I have suggested to you, and you can change a bit your answers so that not to make them like copying these answers. Well, I hope this video can help you to improve your speaking. The best advice that I can give you to improve your speaking is to talk with yourself. Yeah, it seems weird, but I advise you to talk with yourself. Not much, but it can improve you a bit, and it can improve your speech and help you get a higher score. Thank you for watching till the end. Don't forget to subscribe to this channel and share this video on your social media account. Thank you. See you soon.